Hello, fellow YouTubers, collectors, and Predator fans. Today I'm going to be bringing you a review of the Hot Toys Predator 2 City Hunter 1/6 scale figure. Couple things that I want to start off with. This isn't going to be an incredibly in-depth review. I'm not going to talk about every piece of armor. I'm not going to talk about every paint scheme. But I do want to touch on a couple of things that I think that have been missed in the past by other reviewers. And I just want to show you guys the differences between this version, the Shadow Predator, which some of the parts were recycled from, and the original release. So starting off, let's just talk about the box really fast. Get that out of the way. The packaging itself, kind of plain for me. We've seen some really good releases from Hot Toys in the past. I mean, we've seen the Predator stuff with the really cool slip cases with the Predators behind the red. And I mean, of course, the Predator 2 stuff, with that chameleon reflective look to it. So this packaging, I mean, it's nice. It's got the embossed red lettering, and it's got the picture of the City Hunter on the front. But overall, I mean, I think that it just gets the job done instead of really going that extra little mile to give us something that we can actually display the box even if we want to. But anyway, out of the way, there goes the box. So here we have the figures. Don't mind my Shadow Predator. I completely customized them, but the head is what I'm going to be touching on because that's kind of important later on. Right away, you can see this is kind of a big difference between the two releases. I mean, I know there were three releases altogether because they actually did do a battle damage version of the original Predator 2. But I'm not going to be touching on that one so much. I just want to compare these two because these are basically the same representation of the same figure. So the first thing that really jumped out at me was the proportions of the figure, and this guy has got it dead on. I know they're using the original the classic Predator body, and on this guy it just looks great. Paint apps are great, and the armor itself isn't dull. I heard another reviewer say that the armor just looked brown. Well, I'm here to tell you that I don't know how well you can see it on the actual camera, but his armor has like a coppery dry brushing look to it, and in some places it even has like a zinc, a small, like aged copper. It's got that look to it, like on the boots and such, and a little bit on the groin cover there. But I mean, it's got some great paint apps, and it looks really good. Another thing that I like that they improved was the helmet itself. On the original Predator 2, we kind of had this crease in the middle, this like butt thing going on. And on the new one, the new release, we have it's just a nice looking smooth helmet. It doesn't look like he's got a huge bobblehead. It's a smaller helmet. It's a smaller head. So it looks really good. The dreads could be a little bit longer. I mean, I like them nice and long on the original release, but for this release, they do look really good. The paint app is just amazing on them. Let's see. A couple of other things that I'd like to note that have changed are the med kit. On the original release, we just had this run-of-the-mill kind of, just plain-looking med kit, and it didn't open up, didn't do anything, just snaps on the back. This new release is pretty cool. I mean, it's slightly bigger, which I don't mind, but it opens up, and it reveals all these really cool-looking tools, and I remember actually seeing some of these in the movie. So it opens up, you see all these little cool tools inside, and those are actual real tools. Those aren't painted on like the battle damaged version had. So it's a really cool accessory, and it doesn't look bad. I know that some people were like, oh, the paint, it doesn't look good. But you know what? It's a piece that in the movie we've seen for a whole 2 minutes. So it looks the part. It looks good. It's going to be on his back anyway, and how many of you are going to be displaying it from the back? So I think it looks really good. Another thing that they changed, the spear. It looks the same to the naked eye, but you can actually see there's some copper, almost copper-like tubing running through the length of it, and of course the little digital display here is painted slightly differently than the older releases. So I know such a bad camera, but hopefully any of you that have the figure can look at this and confirm it. If you don't have the figure, I'm telling you, it's everything on this guy is badass. It's better than the original release. The original release, I mean, it doesn't have any of the copper wiring running through it. I mean, it's got the same wiring and stuff, but it's just not painted. Another thing that really changed was the arm gauntlet. The left arm. You can see here the difference in size. I mean, the original one was just huge, and on this guy, they really scaled it down, and they did that by integrating the extending mechanism, I guess you would call it, where it kind of pops out and he shoots that flare thing at Danny Glover. That's actually integrated into the arm now. So instead of actually having a piece that sits on top of the arm that opens up, it just opens up from inside the arm, and it actually makes it fit a lot closer to the body, and it looks really good. The original release, really cool still. I still love the original release. They both have the digital readouts inside, but this one just looks sleeker. It looks cleaner. The details are a lot cleaner. And then the underside is actually completely different. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's actually completely different. It's like they resculpted the underside completely from the original release. So that was another thing that I noticed. Get off my arm, Shadow. Come on, I know we're friends, but stand. All right. Yeah, that was another thing that I noticed. I like the little pouch here with the bones on it. I mean, on the original, we kind of got, the pouch and bones. They're both dangling from a little string here, and like I said, it gets the job done. But in the end, I think that this version just looks better. The one thing that this release came with that the new one didn't was the bone trophy here in the front and the skull. The skull that's attached to the back, which I can show you right here. The skull. I added him to this figure just to give him that accuracy that I kind of love in all my figures. But yeah, that didn't come with the figure. He still looks good without it, guys. But it just adds that little extra bit for me. Overall, I would say that this version of the Predator represents the City Hunter itself a lot better, in the sense that it's more proportionate, it's got more detail, and he really just, he has a presence. I mean, when you see him and you compare him to the other one, he doesn't look like a figure. He looks like a little predator standing there ready to kick your ass. So let's pop out the mask. I want to show you the face, the paint apps of both versions. The original version was, I mean, when I got it, I thought, this looks amazing. This looks just like the Predator. And I'm still to this day convinced that this is the better of the two, as far as the face goes. I mean, the mandibles are a big part of what a Predator is, and his, expressions and his face. I mean, it's really all in the mandibles and in the shape of the eyes. The crown here is a little bit bigger. It's a little bit smaller here. But the paint app on this one is so much better. It looks amazing. I mean, you've got the closed mandibles that go in. So, let's put these closed mandibles in. And I know it doesn't look exactly like the original release did. I mean, let's face it, this is Predator 2. This is, the best that we have right now. I mean, this is the best you're going to get. It looks good. It just doesn't look exactly like Predator 2. But that's okay, because you know why? I'm going to take these back off. I'm not going to display it like that. I'm going to display it with the helmet. And with the helmet on, I mean, this guy steals the show. He looks the part. And you can see here, take the helmet off, put these back in. The Shadow Predator, and a lot of people are saying, no, it's the Shadow Predator head resculpted. It is not the Shadow Predator head resculpted. And I can show you right here. Okay, not only is the brow line different, the size of the head, the size of the crown, the shape of the mandibles is different, and the whole jawline itself is actually different. And like I said, the brow line, the eyes, the open part of the mouth. I mean, he really has these long fangs in the front. I mean, everything is different. At first glance, yes, they look very similar, but ultimately, he is completely different. He's not, remolded or molded off of something else and then added, a different paint app to it. It's a different Predator, guys. So, articulated cannon, really nice armor pieces, great looking figure, and he comes with some really cool stuff. One thing that I'm kind of bummed out that he didn't come with was a hand, for holding the skull, but, fortunately for me, I have spare Shadow Predator, which you can see I customized him. And, I took that hand, so now I have a hand I can pop on, exact same paint app, and he can be holding the skull. Oh, and before I forget, the net gun. The net gun on the original release, right here, kind of has this weird, I don't know, lever of some kind on the side. Has a really nice gold, like prongs where the net's spikes come out. This release for the new one doesn't have any of that. Doesn't have the lever, and it doesn't have any of the gold effects. So there's one thing right there that I wish they kind of would have painted that a little bit better. Maybe I'll touch it up myself, but overall it's pretty good. Accessory wise, this guy came with some spare palms and the severed bloody left arm. And I don't know how well you can actually see that. Second here, let me pull this out because I haven't actually pulled it out yet. But I mean, come on, guys. Compare this to the original release. I mean, it looks more like Predator blood. It looks more like it was cut. I mean, you can see kind of some of the interior parts of the arm, the muscle, the bone, and it just looks better overall. So, again, the award goes to the new City Hunter. Sorry, original Predator. I love you, but the truth must be told. He also comes with another set of hands for grabbing the disc, some fists, a finger that's pointing, I guess, for activating his wrist computer, two breathing masks, and then a set of the open, mandibles, which I haven't put in yet. Don't really see the need. So yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Really cool figure, guys. I mean, if you're thinking about passing, don't, because ultimately you're gonna regret it. I mean, the price is gonna go up. You're gonna see it on eBay. It's gonna cost you hundreds of dollars more than it would right now to get. So pick it up, save yourself the effort, have a really nice, cool figure, and just display him and show him some love. I mean, he's Predator too, man. We know he's not the original. We know he's not the classic, but he is a badass still. He is still a Predator. So we love you, but you're the winner. So take care. Thank you, YouTubers. Comment if you want, and like this. So take care. Have a good one. Bye.